You can't pray in faith if your eyes is on the problem. And this is so important. So as I'm reading this book, which is Smith Wigglesworth's book, this is his teachings, okay? So it's a pretty thick book. I just began to read something that was so powerful. And it was a part where he was talking about how God used him to heal a woman. And he went ahead and brought 2 men with him involved in that. But what happened was they began to pray in doubt. They began to pray with just the doubt of God even able to heal the woman. Like, they just didn't believe at all. Okay, they was sitting there like in just sorrow, despair, everything, and it did not make him happy. Okay, so when it was time for him to go ahead and do what he had to do, he went ahead, he took that anointed oil, poured it over the lady, he prayed, and bam, she raised up, she was healed, everything. And it was just so powerful to read that, because as I continue on, this is what he ended up saying, and I want to read it to you guys. Oh, beloved, may God help us in this afternoon to get our eyes off the condition and the symptoms, no matter how bad they may be, and get them fastened upon Him. And then we shall be able to pray the prayer of faith. And so that's where the saying came from the beginning. You can't pray in faith if your eyes is on your problem. What I love so much is God begins to speak, because we are in a situation where we see this beautiful house and it's all these great things that's offered, but it just seems like, how are we going to pay? And honestly, guys, I have been just through the motions. My head has just been all over the place. And I think it's just been a lot of things. I mean, it's been fear, anxiety. Y'all know I keep it real. It's just really been a thing, because it's like, Lord, I just don't know. And God is just basically telling me, like, you have to have faith. You can't see it as impossible. You have to have confidence in me. Because you can't pray in faith if you don't have confidence in God. Those two have to tie together. If you don't know who God is, that's a problem. You're going to have to read the word so you can see who God is. That way you'll be able to pray with confidence and faith in God. Because God never failed us. And that's something that is very important to understand. And so it's like, Lord, I don't know, but I trust you. And that's just what I began to do. You know, instead of sitting in that mindset, I just decided to get into some word, start writing down some prayers, start getting into some books, because I rather start feeding my spirit than just keep feeding my flesh, which is not going to bring anything good in my life. That is so important to understand. And so I just really want to make this video and just tell you guys that, you know, because whatever I'm going through can help somebody else. And that's one thing that I love. Because it's not always easy trusting in God. It's not always easy, you know, being able to have faith when you see all the stuff that's happening. When you see things that seems impossible. But regardless, we have to trust God, who is able to do the impossible. Who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above we can think or ask. God is able, and we have to stand on that and trust that and have faith, even as small as a mustard seed, because without it we can't please God. God wants us to have faith. And so I really pray as you watch this, your faith increases like my faith is. That we begin to trust God and have confidence in Him, knowing that He's not going to fail us and that He's going to do what He's going to do. We got to surrender. We got to yield ourselves and say, Lord, I'm not the one that's doing it. And I don't know. But your word says not to lean to my own understanding, but to trust you. And so that's what I'm going to do, Lord. I'm going to yield myself to trust you, your will, your plan for my life. That's all I really just want you guys to know. Love you.